Yeah, Violet keeps in her quest to understand what it means to be human. She keeps helping others
Yeah,
open up and grow.
yeah,
I
yeah,
guess that in a metaphysical way you can think about that, which is like in order for you to grow, maybe you should help others grow. It's kind
yeah.
of an interesting
That is
idea.
true. That is true. I've actually heard. I forget who said it. Some philosopher probably said something like, you know, as you see people get inspired around you, you yourself will get inspired,
True, yeah.
which I think is a very powerful thing.
Hey guys, welcome to the This Week in Anime podcast. I'm Freedom,
I'm Alan.
and we
We
are
are the
the
anime
Anime Philosophers.
philosophers. Welcome back, guys. This week we've got a very exciting episode for you. Um, we are gonna start with the Ancient Magus Bride as always. Great episode there with more about Cartaphilius and very intense episode. We go with Darling in the Franxx with Hiro's third ride, and we'll see if he survives it. Um,
Exactly.
and then Violet Evergarden, as always, continuing in its subtle way to explore different human emotions. And finally, we're wrapping up with 2 episodes of Devilman Crybaby, and they're quite intense episodes.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that it keeps ramping up, right? You'd think
Yeah,
the show would run out of gears, but it keeps going. So,
yeah,
and these two
it
episodes are no exception. It's really heating up.
yeah it keeps us on edge, definitely.
So one change for this week is that we've decided to drop Record of Grancrest War. Um, I thought we'd do maybe like a few more episodes, but Alan and I were talking before the show, and we're like,
Right.
dude, let's just drop
Yeah, I think
it.
we gave it enough of a chance by watching 6 episodes.
So be it for Grancrest War. If any of you listeners, if you keep watching it and it gets better or something, let us know.
Yeah.
Drop us a comment. We'll catch up, but we think it's best to drop it for now.
Right.
And with that said, let's jump into the show. All right, guys, we're back this week, and of course, we're continuing the Ancient Magus Bride. This week, we're watching episode 19, Any Port in a Storm.
And again, no description, so we're jumping right into it.
Okay, let's do it. All right, we just finished up episode 19, Any Port in a Storm. Pretty dark episode.
Yeah, crazy episode, dude. Definitely a change between, from the last few episodes, which have been pretty lighthearted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it was gonna be dark just from the opening. It didn't open. It didn't open with a song like it usually does. It
Right.
opened with that crazy scene where they're dissecting the dragon, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, so right from there, you knew it was gonna be super dark.
Right. Yeah. Man. So we had that scene at the beginning, and then we have that interesting, almost dream sequence with
Right.
Chise and Cartaphilius, and she feels like it's more than just a dream. So that's
Right.
the first interesting thing. So it looks like they're somehow connecting. And in that dream, Cartaphilius didn't seem like a bad person. So
Yeah.
he looked
Yeah, you
like
see.
someone who was looking for help.
Yeah, he seemed confused more than anything.
Right.
Yeah, so maybe we might learn more about Cartaphilius actually. 'Cause
Yeah.
we don't know much about him at all.
Yeah.
And it's interesting that he also calls himself Joseph.
Yeah. I think like Cartaphilius and Joseph, maybe not exactly the same thing, same person
Yeah,
even.
maybe, yeah,
I don't know if Joseph was possessed or something, or what
yeah,
happened, but
yeah. Another thing that I find that I'm still a little confused about is so Cartaphilius kidnapped those kid dragons, right?
right.
It seems, at least when I was first introduced to the character of Cartaphilius, it seemed like he's a sort of guy who like would never auction off any dragons, right? Auction off anyone. Like he wouldn't think about money, but he decided to auction off the dragon.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, who knows? Yeah.
yeah, who knows what really motivates him? So
Yeah, we need to find out more there.
yeah,
Yeah, it looks like he turned that dragon almost into a chimera, one of those weird
yeah.
chimeras.
I guess that was his thing, right? He liked experimenting with
Right.
different forms of life, like that time with the Kingdom of the Cats and stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. He's a
Yeah.
very he's a very dark character, man. He
Yeah.
yeah.
Um. Yeah. Yeah. Looking past that, there were some other small little good stuff, good tidbits in this episode. The one I really liked was first off, Elias's new disguise is really weird. um,
Yeah, it took me a while to get that it was Alias.
yeah. So why? I don't know. So that's the first weird thing. The second interesting thing is the tension between Elias and that sorcerer. What's his name again?
I forget actually.
Alice's
But
master.
Alice's master, yeah.
I forgot his name, but
Yeah.
um, you can see the tension between him and
Yeah.
Elias. He's concerned that of how Chise is gonna be able to fully develop while being so closely sheltered by Elias. And then Elias is actually, I don't know, man. I think the relationship is really going to an unhealthy point here. But he keeps saying like she belongs to me.
Yeah.
That's what she wants.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It looks like it's getting darker. We're starting to see Elias's
Yeah.
the other side
Darker,
of him.
darker side, yeah.
Yeah.
And I like what Alice said right after the interaction. She was like, "That pile of bones doesn't realize that living beings change whether they like it or not."
Yeah. That's true. It's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That was good. And speaking of change, I like the little dialogue between Chise and her contact for the auction.
right.
Remember, like he's like, "You're a completely different person," and she says, "No, I mean some things have changed, but I'm the same in many other ways." And he
Right.
says the most important things about a person never change.
Right. That was also interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's your stubbornness, whether that's for good or for bad. So I thought that was a nice little piece of wisdom there too.
Right. Right. Yeah. So, other than that, it seems like Chise has like almost like a new power now. She can like feel emotions of other creatures.
Right. I
Like
think
in
that
the
maybe that's kind of what was happening with Joseph too, with
maybe
Cartaphilius Joseph.
maybe yeah.
Kind of getting a little feel for what's going on with him too.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, with Joseph, dude, and Cartaphilius, it could be like what we were mentioning like in an earlier episode. Because he lives forever, that's probably why he became so messed up.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because if you live forever, I guess you just don't value life anymore.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
It feels like you're watching everything from afar, like you're removed from the circle of life, right?
right, exactly, yeah. So maybe in that dreamlike trance that Chise had about him, with him like being in pain and stuff, maybe that's an accurate representation. Like if you live that long, like you'll just be really confused and stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Very interesting.
yeah,
And I guess closing it off, we have that mystery woman who is speaking to
yeah.
Chise. Who is she? What's her role?
What's her
I guess we'll
role?
find out in the next episode because I think we got a little glimpse in the preview
Yeah,
of her.
yeah,
So
yeah. Yeah, and finally, I'd like to say like the auction was pretty weird.
right,
Like the whole, I guess they auction anything there, right?
anything,
Living
yeah,
creature,
yeah,
humans,
everything. Yep.
everything. So I guess it's a world where you can auction off anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Anyway, yeah. I mean, taking a turn to the darker side here.
Yeah.
I think that at least the next episode is going to be following along in the same kind of vein.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens.
Let's see what happens.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, as always.
Okay, so we're going to move on now. As we mentioned in the intro, we're going to be skipping Grancrest this week. So we're jumping straight into the anime that I've been looking forward to the most this week, Darling in the Franxx.
Sounds good. You and I both.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what's gonna happen? This is the third ride, right?
Yeah,
Third ride with 02.
third ride. And he was definitely injured after the first couple of rides.
Yeah.
So I don't know how he's gonna
he's been
handle it.
infected.
Yeah.
He's been infected by 02. It's funny, like I think someone in the forums was posting like, with all the sexual references, it's like
Right.
Hiro rides with 02 and like gets like STDs. It's like
That's funny. Yeah.
yeah. It's like
I
don't
didn't
sleep
think-
with someone who has STDs more than 3 times.
I guess that's the lesson to.
That's the
That-
lesson. That's the takeaway.
Yeah. That's what the anime creators were going for.
Yeah, otherwise you'll get this crazy like blue goopy thing on you, growing on you. Okay.
Yeah. Right.
So it's episode 6 this week.
Yep.
It looks like the title is "Darling in the Franxx."
I know.
Whenever the episode is self-titled, it's got to be an amazing episode.
That's true. That's true.
So let's see what happens here.
So, Freedom, you want to do the honors of reading the description?
Okay, yeah. Ichigo, Goro, and the rest of Squad 13 engage in a battle far more dangerous than any they fought before, all while having their mind preyed on by the fact that this will be Hiro's third ride with 02.
Damn.
Alright, this looks really good.
Yeah.
Let's jump
Alright.
into it.
Let's do it.
Alright, we just finished up Darling in the Franxx, episode 6, which is self-titled Darling in the Franxx. Pretty crazy
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah, I loved it. Lots of action, very action-packed.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, where do we start, I guess?
As you can start with, before the action.
Yeah.
So we had that interesting dialogue between Hiro and Ichigo
Yeah.
right as they were heading out to the battle.
Yeah.
I think as Alan was remarking, you could literally just see the frustration in Ichigo as she was talking to him, and she couldn't really tell him what she really wanted to say.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. She really wanted to, like, stop him from piloting the Franxx, Strelitzia. And, of course, part of it was how jealous she is of 02 and Ichigo.
Right.
But you can really feel the frustration in Ichigo, man.
Yeah, they did a good job with those little scenes of her looking down and looking this way and that way. Yeah.
Yeah. Even her partner, what's his name?
Goro.
Goro, yeah. I think he could tell. Like he pushed Ichigo towards Hiro.
That's right.
In the scene, so.
Goro is such a nice guy, dude.
Yeah.
He's like a true bro. He's a
true bro, yeah. Yeah, he's roommates with Hiro too, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a literal example of bros before hoes, dude.
I know, dude.
He's like not jealous at all. He's just like, no, like go.
Just go, yeah.
Even though she's his partner, so.
Right. Yeah. That's the kind of bro to have as a friend, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so after that, it just was action-packed most of the episode, I guess. They were fighting against that army of Klaxosaurus. Like small Klaxosauruses led by that giant...
Yeah, Gutenberg class.
Gutenberg class, yeah. I like that name.
Yeah, I like the German stuff. Yeah.
The German stuff, yeah. Like, Gutenberg had nothing to do with... I wonder if Gutenberg was alive today.
Yeah.
How he would feel about his name being used.
Yeah. Gutenberg class, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in the earlier podcast, in our episode 1 discussion, we talked a lot about, how much Franxx draws from NGE, Evangelion. And with that giant cube monster, like, definitely reminded me a lot of some of the angels from NGE.
Yeah.
More, and this one, like, a little bit more simplified than the ones in Eva, maybe, but still very, very similar, I'd say, with the cube kind of reconfiguring itself and stuff like that.
Yeah. And they're also following the pattern of each new big class Klexosaurus being much harder to defeat than the previous one.
Yeah.
Which was also a theme in NGE. Like each
That's
one
right.
was much harder. It seems like they would evolve.
Right.
So it's probably the same thing here.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, it's actually I don't know. They take like it's almost like directly taken.
I know,
NGE,
right?
honestly, I mean the rest of it's very different, but in terms of in terms of the battle, it's very similar. So
very similar, yeah.
Yeah, but so we have so during the battle, Hiro manages to push through the pain to give it one shot against the that giant cube monster. But he misses the core, and he basically almost dies.
Yeah.
That blue STD like infection basically almost takes him out.
Yeah.
And then it cuts into that kind of like this is another place I thought that it was similar to NGE again, which is where it cuts to like he's in his head kind of.
Yeah.
And he's like talking to someone. He's talking to his previous partner, right?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I'm glad I could be of use, and even though I died early, whatever. That scene was very much like something I'd expect from NGE, where it's like Shinji in his head talking to someone from the past or whatever. Especially that little scene, I don't know if you remember, but when he was in his head and he was talking, like he said, he was talking to his previous partner and he said some stuff, and then like quickly she said like liar, like so it's
yeah.
Like that's like a very NGE like you know what I mean, like psychological thing that I would see there. So I mean they've really drawn a lot.
They've drawn a lot, yeah.
A lot from there, yeah.
I think also Hiro's I guess willingness to give up almost.
Right.
Like he's like okay, I was useful, but now I'm dead. Whatever,
Well, yeah, I did my job.
So Shinji in some ways was also like that, right?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Man, dude, NGE. We got to cover NGE on this
Definitely.
show. We should do like a special thing per movie, and we should also do the old anime too at some point.
Right.
Because I mean, we could talk for hours about that one. That's
that
like,
one.
It's like on another level. Totally.
There's a lot going on for that one. Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll get to it at some point.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
But yeah, the psychological thing that was interesting was, Hiro being very much, giving up before it's over.
Right.
And you can see the contrast of that with 02, who would never give up.
Right.
Like even though they were smashed against the wall,
true,
and Hiro looked like he was pretty much dead, she just kept going, dude.
That's right. Yeah, I didn't think about that contrast.
So, yeah. And I think that's what motivated Hiro in the end to kind of overcome his, blue STD thing.
Yeah.
And come back to life, basically.
Yeah.
And I liked in the end, basically at the end of his third ride, not only did he not die like everyone else before, but he was the one holding 02.
That's right.
When they came out of Strelitzia.
So you're right, yeah.
So I guess he is fully comfortable now.
Yeah. Let's I wonder what that doctor showed up, remember?
The doctor, yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, it looks like he may finally fulfill 02's wish, so it looks like she's finally found a compatible partner."
Yeah.
So of course the question remains, how was he able to reverse that damage?
Right.
There must be something special about him.
It seems a lot of it is psychological.
That's true, yeah.
So, yeah. But yeah, we'll see. One other tidbit in like the middle of the episode, when I think the Plantation 26 fighters were fighting, when they heard about 15 or 16, they were like, why does someone with a number so low, fight for a random plantation like this?
Right.
So it seems like we're getting a hint that lower numbers seem to be more gifted.
Right.
Which would make sense, since 02 has like one of the lowest numbers.
Right.
Which also raises the question, who would be 01?
Yeah, of course.
So, That's
Yeah, I guess
some
we'll find out. Yeah.
that's some good foreshadowing, probably. Yeah,
Yeah, that's very interesting. Maybe that's what they mean by the 9, dude. It's like the
maybe.
all the single digits, dude.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I didn't think about that.
Yeah. All the single digits. Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe. We'll see. Definitely looking forward to it. This is a great show.
yeah, very exciting, dude.
Yeah.
One of the best shows of the season.
Yeah. Definitely. All right. So I guess we can move on now.
Yep.
We'll hit up Violet Evergarden.
Yeah, sounds good. Can't wait to see Violet learn more human emotions.
Yep. Okay, so we just finished up Violet Evergarden, episode, what was it, 6?
6, yep.
Yeah. Under a Starry Sky.
Yeah. Yeah, very aptly named title.
Yep.
Yeah, so what can I say? Beautiful episode as always. It we were just saying how this anime is actually really good at using art to convey human emotions, and how Freedom, you were saying it reminds you of Your Name,
Yeah,
right?
especially this episode reminds me of Kimi no Nawa, or Your Name,
Yeah,
that movie. There's a comment in that movie and stuff for those of you guys that have seen it. Alan still hasn't seen it, so
right.
we should watch it at some point. I heard it's coming to streaming like soon, so it's available for streaming in the US. So
Yeah.
we should definitely watch that. We should definitely do an episode on that. Like that, there's a lot of stuff there. So
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
we'll do that. Yeah.
It's on our list.
Yep. But yeah, regarding this episode, pretty interesting premise. We have all the guys from the manuscript department,
Right.
all the ladies from auto memoir doll department
Right.
meet together to
Yeah.
transcribe some astronomical books.
Yep. Right.
interesting.
Right as Ellie's comment is coming by, right?
Yeah.
So.
So that was kind of cool. Yeah, I like the first scene when Leon, who's like, kind
Yeah.
of very cold towards girls, like first meets Violet.
Yeah.
He's like speechless.
Yeah. He can't get a word out.
Yeah,
I mean, who can blame him, right?
yeah.
But yeah,
She's like so refined.
yeah. And Violet really had a way to pull him out of his shell.
Yeah,
He was always so lonely, so retreated from everyone else, and everyone made fun of him, right? Like
Yeah.
even the other guys in the library, they were telling Violet how, oh, you shouldn't hang out with him. He's an orphan. He's like, he's boring or whatever. You should hang out with us. And Violet
Right.
was like, I'm also an orphan.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I like what she said. She's like, if if a person's upbringing affects like who they can talk to in society, then you guys shouldn't be talking to me.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, major burn, dude.
Yeah, she says it straight. Man.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I think Leon's happy that she was one of the first people who didn't really care about his background as an
Exactly.
orphan. Still treated him as another human being.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think Leon probably, by the end, he like, she's probably the first girl he fell in love with, he's ever fallen in
Yeah.
love with. So, and you can tell like his nervousness and stuff when he asked her out to see like the stars and Ailey's comment and stuff.
Yeah.
He like tore his bread apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he also, I guess, so we had some nice character development with when both of them were at the rooftop, and
Right.
Leon explains what loneliness is
Yeah.
to Violet in a way that she can understand.
Yeah.
And I think he goes so far, he's about to say, like, oh, I get it now. Like, you love him.
You love
but
him,
she
yeah.
interrupts him
Yeah.
right before.
Yeah. And that's the feeling she's really trying to understand
Yeah.
by becoming a ghostwriter. So
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta feel a little bad for Leon.
Gotta
I'm
feel a
sure
little bit bad,
at
yeah.
that point he was like,
Yeah.
okay. uh,
Yeah. He didn't lose hope though. Even
he
at the very
didn't.
end,
Yeah,
even at the
yeah,
very end, he was
yeah,
like, I'm gonna travel the world just like you.
yeah.
And you know, I don't know if she heard what he said at the
Right.
very end, but he was like, maybe, and then you know, maybe once we meet again, we should watch the stars one more time.
Yeah,
Something like that. That was very well done.
yeah. Exactly.
So
Yeah, Violet keeps in her quest to understand what it means to be human. She keeps helping others
yeah,
open up and grow.
yeah,
I
yeah,
guess you know that in a metaphysical way you can think about that, which is like in order for you to grow, maybe you should help others grow. It's kind
yeah.
of an interesting
That is
idea.
true. That is true. I've actually heard. I forget who said it. Some philosopher probably said something like, you know, as you see people get inspired around you, you yourself will get inspired,
True. Yeah,
which I think is a very powerful thing.
it's
So
very true.
yeah,
Yeah, it goes. Yeah, I mean, there's also a little bit more down to earth. Is they say the best way to learn a subject is to teach a subject. So
right, exactly. Yeah,
kind of the same idea.
yeah, yeah. So great stuff, man. Great
Yeah,
stuff.
great episode.
Can't wait for
All
next
right.
week.
Yeah, of course. All right. So final series for our podcast is Devilman Crybaby. We are gonna watch a double episode today. Number 7, Weak Humans, Wise Demons, and number 8, I Must Know Myself.
Just from those titles, you know it's gotta be good.
Yeah, it's got to be good. We left off at a really interesting point last time where it looks like, the it's the revelation of demons has been exposed now. Demons have been exposed to be part of human society. Remember, we had that crazy scene in the track field.
Yeah,
So let's see how humanity reacts.
let's do it.
All right, we just finished up Devilman Crybaby, episode 7 and episode 8.
And what a way to end the day, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
super crazy.
crazy anime. This anime is one of the craziest I've ever seen. It's definitely unique to its genre. It's
Yeah,
I don't know what to compare it to.
yeah. Okay, so episode 7,
Yeah,
Weak Humans, Wise Demons. We again start to see the line being blurred between humans and demons, like we talked about in a couple of the previous podcasts. Even there was that brilliant rap at the beginning of the
yes,
episode,
that's right.
basically saying the same thing.
That's right. Yeah, and we see once humans find out about demons, they like a state of anarchy and martial law arises pretty much everywhere in the world,
Yeah,
and it really shows a darker side of humans. Actually, you
yeah,
know, they have no qualms about killing other humans
right.
who might even be slightly suspected of being
Yeah,
demons, right? So
basically, it's better for them to just go ahead and use violence first,
yeah,
in order for them to survive.
exactly, yeah, and that's what Rio was saying too, right? He's like, it's a war, and there's gonna be sacrifices. Some humans are gonna die.
Yeah.
And he seemed almost like he was laughing when he said it, dude.
Hmm.
He is quite I don't know what to make of his character at
Yeah.
this point.
Yeah, I feel like his character changed a lot because, like, at the beginning, I mean, not at the beginning, but more at the beginning of this episode, he was like, "Oh, whatever. Like, there's
Yeah,
going to be casualties.
yeah,
Obviously, it's a war." And then more towards the end of the episode, he starts. You can see him start to like freak out. Like he
yeah,
starts thinking that we're
yeah,
gonna basically the humanity's gonna wipe itself out.
yeah.
Um, so it looks like he starts caring at the end, but somewhat. Yeah,
Somewhat,
it's hard. I still his character is still an enigma to me. So
yeah, yeah. It's I don't know what to make of it.
yeah,
um,
Yeah, so in this episode, I like in episode 7, I like the biblical references.
Right.
I, as we were talking about before, they have the huge portrait of the Last Supper
Right.
in Mickey's home. So you can see the continuation of biblical references. You saw a
Right.
couple passages from Revelation, a couple passages from the Old Testament with the story about Sodom and Gomorrah,
Right.
and God bringing down fire and brimstone
Right.
to wipe those cities from the map,
Yeah.
which is very relevant to their current situation.
Yeah. Yeah. And especially at the end, dude, with that crazy like ball of light.
Yeah,
Um, that was like it started like wiping out some like it wiped out a whole fleet, right?
yeah. It looks like the demons were trying to instigate nuclear war.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, they wanted to launch. They almost succeeded actually.
Yeah, that ball of light stopped them. Still don't know what
Yeah,
exactly that is.
we don't know what that is, but it did cause Rio to freak out. So
Right.
maybe
Yeah,
Rio.
Rio freaked the hell out. That was crazy.
Yeah, it was the first time he's freaked out, dude.
I've never
So
seen him lose his calm like that.
yeah, so he must know something about what that thing is. Or was
Yeah,
it like
maybe even
10?
subconsciously. I feel like he doesn't
Yeah,
really consciously doesn't know what it is.
yeah. Was it like 10,000 kilometers wide or something?
Yeah,
It's like as big as the Earth.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. That was pretty crazy. And
yeah.
actually, in episode 7, we also find out that Taro-chan was a demon,
Right, right.
Mickey's brother.
That was,
That was pretty shocking. Yeah,
yeah. I don't know how that happened actually, because they
yeah,
never show. I mean, they just show, like you said, him with the darkened eyes, right?
right,
Which seems to be like a telltale sign.
right. So that, yeah,
Yeah. But we also see Akira is trying to do things his way a little bit, trying to collect all the Devilmans, the
yeah,
humans who have their devils under control,
right.
and trying to, I don't know, find a way outside of the massacre. Um,
Exactly.
yeah,
It looks like there's only a few of them right now, though.
there's
It's like
only a
three
few
of
of
them.
them. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So, but yeah. Um, and then, so continuing along with episode 8, I Must Know Myself. Uh, Rio, it's kind of. I'm a little confused, but it looks like Rio himself is confused
Right,
why he turned, Akira into a demon and stuff.
right, right. Yeah, what was the original reason? Because at the end of episode 7, he said that him turning Akira into a demon, his plan backfired.
Right.
So, but we don't know what his original plan
We don't really
was.
know. Yeah. In episode
So,
8, like, he seems very confused.
yeah,
He goes back. He has a flashback of when he said, "Come on, Amon, possess
right.
Akira now." But he couldn't really. He didn't really know why he did it.
Yeah, yeah,
So I wonder what's going on there.
yeah. And then he went to Peru to the
Right.
tribe in the Amazon.
Yeah. And they acted like they recognized him. He was able to
Right,
speak their language.
right. They
They
had a
took him
statue
back.
of
They
him.
had a statue of him. Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. I don't know what was happening there.
Yeah.
But after he came back from that, he just revealed Akira's identity.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to him. Yeah.
So I don't know what his.
I feel like there's something going on with him and the Psycho Jenny.
Yeah,
That
Psycho Jenny as
secretary
well.
and those other
Yeah,
demons. I don't know
yeah,
why they're hanging out with Rio. I don't know how. Rio is some important character in this whole thing.
right.
He has some special power too. He's able to stop those bullets and stuff.
Yeah, and he had like that light right around him, the
Yeah,
similar to the light surrounding the Earth or something.
yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know
Because in
how.
that statue, they showed him with like 6 wings.
Yeah, that's right. That's
And remember,
right.
if you remember in the intro for Devilman
That's
Crybaby, there's
right.
that figure with like 6 wings.
Yeah,
So I wonder if he's some sort of supernatural being of some kind.
maybe, maybe. That was
Yeah,
crazy though. And also when you realize that that happened right after Akira had told Miki about her
right.
family, dude. What happened to her
That was
parents and her
brutal.
brother?
That was
That
really.
was I don't even know what to say about that.
Yeah.
But can you
That was just
imagine like
tragic.
Mickey's state of mind, dude? He just told her family died,
Yeah.
and she just finds out that he is a demon.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Like what would anyone do in Mickey's
Yeah,
place?
I don't
Like
know. It's super tragic, man.
yeah,
I feel so bad for her.
yeah, yeah. So that was really brutal.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that.
Yeah, and then we find out from Rio that, well, at least according to the story he's telling right now, that demons are actually humans, and that they can
Right,
transform when they have like a seed of disappointment in them that kind of
right.
grows. So
Somehow I don't feel.
I don't, yeah, I feel like he's not telling the truth there.
Yeah, at least I don't think that's the whole story.
Yeah,
But and especially by saying what he's saying, it seems like he's increasing the anarchy in the world,
exactly.
making things worse. So
It feels like he's being pushed by the demons or something,
looks like it. Yeah,
or somehow controlled by the demons.
yeah.
Because that's the demons' plan. They're trying to wipe the humans off. So just they're trying to get them to self-destruct. Best way to do that is to make them not trust each other.
Right, that's right. That's right.
So I just don't know why Rio is following their plans, though.
Yeah. Anyway, a lot of
Yeah,
questions.
a lot of questions.
We have 2 more episodes from this season of Devilman Crybaby.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up next week.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll get a lot of answers too.
I hope so. It's been a wild ride. So
Yeah.
just one more podcast, and we'll wrap it up.
Yep, yep.
Cool. I guess that's it for this episode.
Yeah, that's it from my end.
If you guys like the show, as usual, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, open up the description. We got timestamps for you, so you can follow along with the episodes you like, and we also have links to kind of interesting ideas we bring up during the show, so you can go ahead and follow along to learn more.
Yeah, and as always, guys,
Stay inspired.